Hey everyone, this is Walter, and I'm back here once again with more stuff from Reddit. Today we're going back to a subject I cover a lot, nice guys. The only real requirement for being a nice guy is talking about how nice you are. They might also say things like good guy or decent man. It's really just not a very good angle. You might want to find a new defining characteristic, especially since guys who call themselves nice usually aren't. But you'll see if you don't already know. Let's just begin with nice guys from Reddit. These posts come to us from Reddit Nice Guys, as usual. Can we normalize giving the good guys a shot? Hey all, good guy here. Despite that, I haven't been on a date ever in my 29 years of living. I've asked out probably well over 1,000 women in my life. Mom's friends, strangers, females in school. You get the gist. I've never really talked to a female in my life, let alone been in a relationship. This seems to be because females seem to love to date the bad boys rather than the good guys like me. I've matched with 2 girls on dating apps and I've had them for years. One of the girls literally just matched me to call me an ogre. Just about every female I've followed on social media has blocked me for no reason at all. TLDR, can we normalize giving the good guys a shot? This guy who apparently looks like an ogre has already tried hitting on all of his mom's friends. And he calls women females, so I can only imagine the rest of the words he uses when he's talking to them. I was wondering if he meant to add a comma between those words, but at the same time, I can totally imagine some basement-dwelling neckbeard asking his mother's friends out on a date. Nice guys are easy. They take away your frown, but you don't take him home when the bar closes down. But after the assholes leave you crying, the nice guy will be there trying to patch your broken heart. There you go again, while he sits wondering, when is it his turn to win? Romance is not a turn-based activity, guys. All this sitting and wondering when it's your turn instead of changing anything. I'd imagine not posting nice guy poetry would be a start, though. Fuck my life, shit like this just makes my blood boil. Literally just want to kick a hole straight through my wall. Absolutely disgusting that this is the world where we live in. I'm an educated and hardworking dude that is open to dating anyone as long as they aren't obese and don't stink. Meanwhile, some girl with terrible bone structure and flaky dry skin with no tits or muscle definition is literally able to go after some 6'7" Swedish Norse god. Fuck this pathetic existence. I have no issue with women choosing who they want to date until it actually becomes something like this. These standards are eugenic tier, when she is barely even passable as a female. She can literally put in 0 effort and she's able to get with some guy that's probably rich, incredible looking, and smart. I have no problem with women choosing who they want until they actually want someone other than me. Yes, he's an educated and hardworking dude who is open to kicking holes in his wall when he's mad about women. Just stay away from good men. People like you break them, and sometimes broken people break people. It's because of people like you that many a good man turned bad, because people like you have shredded their hearts, torn their spirits, and killed all their compassion. Stay away from men, because people like you turn good, compassionate men into unfeeling bastards, and somewhere a good woman is unfairly being punished for your heartless deeds. Yes, men can only be bad if a woman has shredded their heart, so really it's women's fault no matter what. This whole thing kinda reminds me of Chris Chan talking about Mary Lee Walsh. Here, for reference. The Dean of Student Services, Mary Lee Walsh, came out and tore my sign up right in front of me and said, "You're not gonna get a girlfriend this way or any way." That bitch shattered my heart and murdered my soul. And it wasn't just her, the policeman imposters in brown, white, and red, aka the jerk-ops. Blue and black are the true police soldiers. Also seriously indented the impression that Virginia is for virgins, not lovers. Murdered my soul. Yeah, that's what it reminds me of. Okay, we almost never have stories anymore because they're hard to find, but this story comes to us from Reddit Nice Guy Stories. I'm not his type, but I should date him anyway because he's nice. So this is an old online interaction, and a bit after I stopped catfishing as a dude online to avoid stuff like this. Poor timing on my part. I met Bear, we're gonna call him that, on IMVU, and we were both in a Bleach role-playing group and interacted pretty often. Bear and I had a lot of mutual friends, and eventually we started having one-on-one conversations there. I'm really into cosplay, but too shy to do it, so I kind of express that by being super dressed up and wearing makeup, so I feel like I have a costume on all the time. At this point, I'm not posting pics of myself online, but I do talk about buying/trying wigs, makeup, and the like, and this is where the weird stuff starts. I remember casually mentioning something along the lines of needing to fill in my brows before I went out, and Bear, who I was on Skype with at the time, made actual noises of disgust and said he could never date someone who has to do that. "If they don't have all their brows, I don't want them," he said proudly. I just sat there confused and said, "Well, I took off my tails so I don't have all my brows and draw them in." He kept ranting about how disgusting it was and how undateable that would make someone until I just started giving one-word replies, wondering why this topic was that serious. Does it seem reasonable to just insult someone like that? If he said that about anything I did, I'd tell him to go fuck himself immediately. From there, it was anything from me wearing wigs, heels, liking certain music, or just anything made me entirely undateable, and if I'm honest, it didn't bother me because at this point I didn't find him dateable either. I ended up talking to a guy who was also into alternative stuff, and we started flirting and vibing, so I spent more time talking to this other guy that we'll call Lex. Me and Bear still talked, and I mentioned Lex to him, and he seemed pretty unfazed. Nothing changed in our friendship, and I was happy that I found someone. Oh, I would also like to mention that around this time I got enough courage to post selfies in a group we were in, and now that he knew what I looked like, the disses were even more detailed. Didn't want to leave that bit out. Eventually, Lex and I started dating, and I went and told Bear the day we made it official, and he flipped out and started yelling at me. I asked why he was mad, and he said, "Couldn't you tell I liked you?" When I responded no, he yelled about how I purposely ignored his signs and let him on, and that's what he gets for being nice. I reminded him again how he continuously said I wasn't his type, and he admitted, yes, I wasn't his type, but the fact that he was being nice shows he had some interest, and I should have considered him. To this day, I don't understand the logic behind this sentence, but I simply told him, I don't want to date a boy who doesn't like me. To this, he answered that he obviously did, and I was an idiot and a user. He really did nothing for me, so I don't know how I used him. I even did free art and graphics for him when we were friends, so... And I didn't deserve him. He stopped talking to me after that, and I wasn't too bothered. IMVU died, Skype died, and I figured we had both moved on to different things, or so I thought. 2 years ago, I went to recover some old art I did for my IMVU account and saw that for the past 5 or so years he had been continuously messaging and gifting my old account as if nothing happened, trying to start conversations or just sending me cutesy emotes. I don't wish anything bad on the guy, but I'm not going to message him or anything. I'll just say good luck with whatever he's trying to do with my dead IMVU account. LMAO? I mean, it's about what you'd expect from a guy you met in an anime roleplay group, right? I get the feeling some of these guys are aware of the concept of negging, but just don't quite have the brainpower to figure out the difference between backhanded compliments and straight-up insults. Because this sounded like some real grade school shit. I'm about to be a huge douche so I can get a cute girlfriend. Seems to work for everyone else. I wonder if they ever realized they were douches the whole time. You know, I'm pretty sure they just don't care. I want to Netflix and chill, but I need a +1. The struggle is real. Love you, BFF. You girls have no idea how real the struggle is. I'm trying to be a man in this world, but keep getting spurned. I guess if I had an 8-inch cock, you would be all over me. Whatever. I am tired of being a nice guy. Your loss. You sent me a dick pic after I met you on Saturday. Not gonna get laid that way. Sorry, not sorry. Is this guy putting the word nice in scare quotes? That seems about as counterproductive as the rest of it. He showed you his dick as an act of kindness. It was like that time Bono gave everyone on iTunes that album they didn't want and got upset when there was backlash. By the way, what would you rather have? A free U2 album or this guy's nudes? Tough choice, isn't it? This next guy is going to tell us what really grinds his gears. You know what I'm sick of? Women, it's maybe a tough thing to discuss since many people are so scared to offend the fragile female ego, but one of us has to do it, so here goes. Gosh, well, I'm glad he's handling it. I just about thought I'd have to go into this rant, am I right? It's actually infuriating how easy women have it in terms of love and just forming basic relationships. More easy than it is for a man by a long shot. And it's because men are upfront and honest about their feelings and are clear with their intentions, while women love to play their little games and fuck around with their feelings. They use their biological advantage to disarm men with their charm and presence. You know, if you're even good looking, that is. But let me tell you that the pretty girls get away with bloody murder because they give off a pheromone scent that makes men weak. This is all biological. You literally just have to look in a science book and it'll tell you the same thing. Men are so prone to their ways, and it's sad. How did we let this happen? Finally, somebody had the guts to speak up for the rest of us men. Finally! You gotta love it when they bring incorrect biology into it. Hell, let's look at one of my favorite Lucas posts. I am entitled to your love. I have earned your love. I have screamed for the woman, for the love of woman, for the woman I love. I have fought high and low and medium, and the only thing that gives me your love is my birthright by virtue of biology. Nothing I do, nothing I am. Only by organic chemicals are you mine. Good God, look at those crazy eyes. Entitled by birthright of biology. That's not concerning or anything. Well anyway, I think that's about all the time I have for you today. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you liked the video, please give it a like. If you have something to say about these posts or about nice guys in general, let me hear it in the comments. I do read those. If you're new here, consider subscribing so you can see when I upload. It's not often enough, but I'm working on that. Now it's time to shout out my fabulous patrons. These people support me more directly, and it really helps. Thank you. Jimmo, Enui Blue, Levon, Maxo11X, Chris Sturman, MDB3000, Bagel Bones, Jenny Cook, Amanda Gillies, Cho, Daisy, Daniel Delapena, Deborah Douglas, Dr. A, Finn Yee, Horatio T, Invader Jill, Justin Godsey, Kitty Sparkles, Clipper, Ouroboros, Rob Sop, Sandyman, V stands for, William Ash, Jacob K, Camper Supreme, Megan Breeze, Psychic Kumquat, Alex Anakin, Dollface Sinner, Knit1 Code 2, Lil Spoon, Ben, Esperova, Francois Tremblay, Jubes, Ms. Mayhem, Nick Lucarelli, Petulant Panda, and Regrettable Stitches. Thanks so much again. There is going to be more content soon. I have a lot more stories and I might even finish Wheezy Beard. Bit apprehensive on that because some people don't want me to. Anyway, have a great night everyone, and don't become a slave to those pheromones.